Okay, so cut the online board. You can do it. Check it.
I already got you off. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Radio, Liberian Radio and Television Network. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen in the radio land. This is Lrtn, Platform for Education. This is another edition of Platform for Education we will be discussing today. Our topic is going to be what we call latent tuberculosis. What we call latent tuberculosis. Okay, we call latent tuberculosis. So let me bring you my topic today so that you know what we're talking about today. Okay, as you can see there, is written there latent tuberculosis. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be discussing this morning latent tuberculosis. My name is Dimas Kaklape, the health educator on Lrtn. That's the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We are broadcasting from Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania. We are a video online broadcasting network system, okay? We are based in Pennsylvania, and we come to you, my program come to you on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thereafter, you will start seeing Mrs. Brown, who will come out with Liberia Now and Before. So just to explain to you what was Liberia before and what it is now, she has that program to be comparing the different condition of the country at the time and today. But my program is health education. I help educate you and talk to you about different health condition of the body. So we took one particular aspect today, which is tuberculosis, and we know tuberculosis, when we say latent, it means something that is there, but it does not cause somebody to get sick, or you do not have a symptom. You see, when we say latent tuberculosis, you are infected with a disease, but the disease cannot leave from you, or you cannot pass the disease to somebody because it is not in the active stage. It's not active. So latent, the disease is not active. It's completely just sitting there. All right? And you understand this. Any disease of the body, it can be any part of the body. One important thing of the body that we have to all understand about is the blood. The blood is the means of transportation. The blood goes to every part of your body. Every part of your body. The blood carry air. The blood carry water. The blood carry food, and it carry itself to all part of your body in order to grow. Because if that place does not have air, you will not grow. If that part of the body does not have food, you will not grow. if that part of the body does not release after using the air, it does not release carbon dioxide to be expelled from the body, you will not grow. So the blood is very, very important. In other words, if you have enough blood, if you have enough blood, you make sure that you eat balanced diet that will give you enough blood. When we talk about enough blood, if we talk about enough blood, we're talking about blood that has different components. Okay? In that blood, you got some part of that blood that's supposed to stop bleeding. When you cut yourself, you bleed for a certain time and the bleeding stop. We got some part of that blood that is there, we call white count, that is supposed to fight against your that is supposed to fight against any disease, any infection that get into your body. That's your white count. It's part of your immune system. So when you have enough blood, you have all the components. So it is not easy for you to get sick. You see? So when we talk about tuberculosis, latent tuberculosis, we talk about a disease that is in your body but is not active to make you sick. The sign and symptom, what make us to know in the health field that this person has tuberculosis? First, we want to know if this disease, how do we know that somebody got a disease? How the disease is transmitted from one person to the next person. Tuberculosis is transmitted in the air. If the person is infected with tuberculosis, when he talks, he spread the disease. When he sneezes, he spread the disease. When he cough, he spread the disease. When he's singing, as long as he open his mouth or as long as he breathing. That's why sometimes we can say, when you want to sneeze, put your hand to your mouth. Or bring your handkerchief, put it to your mouth, and sneeze. You know? You put the handkerchief to your mouth and sneeze. If you don't do that, you spread a virus, you spread bacterial infection and all that. So in short, a layman way of protection is that, look, when you coughing, put your hand to your mouth. So in other words, this is how tuberculosis is transmitted from one person to another. Here you got a tuberculosis, a latent tuberculosis, but it is not active. Okay? It is not active. So that means you can't pass it to nobody. You are healthy, you look good, and nobody will see you to say you are sick. Because when you have a tuberculosis and you are really sick, first thing you will be looking dry. Liberian man would say, look at the man, he just look dry. Okay, that means you are malnourished. You're losing weight. That's the important thing we look at. You are losing weight. All right? Then at night, you have fever. You will start sweating. All right? Then you're coughing. You see that? When you're coughing, you're losing weight. You lose appetite. You don't eat. All right? And at the same time, you're coughing. Now we got a problem. That means you have this disease. You have this disease. So you go to the hospital just to explain to all what happened, because it is not only TB or tuberculosis can make people to lose weight. No, it is not only that. You can have any other disease. One, you do not have you lost appetite. You lost appetite to eat the best of food you want to eat. You will lose weight. So it's the same old way tuberculosis will cause you to lose weight. So that's not the only thing. But those are those things that can make us to differentiate what the losing weight is. One would be, do you sweat at night? Tuberculosis patient will not sweat in the day. Okay? The fever will not be there in the day. The fever will come at night, and at night when our fever break, they sweat a lot at night. Okay? They sweat a lot at night. That one of the things that make us to differentiate tuberculosis from other diseases. The next one will be, you been coughing? Yes. This person cough. When you cough, do you put up the cough? Say yes. I put out the cough. When I cough, it's like a sputum. I put it out. Fine. Sometimes the person will cough out blood. The person will cough out blood. So when that comes, you're coughing out blood. It means that one of the signs and symptoms that we know that you have this disease. So, as long you're coughing out blood, as long you are malnourished, as long you having nice sweat, now we get to know that this person may be having tuberculosis. We do other tests to find out. Sometimes we will give you a mantle test, or what we call PPD, protein purified derivatives. We'll give you that. We'll put that little 1/10 of a protein under your skin. We'd like you to go for like 2 days. After 2 days, if that place becomes to swell, and we'll always circle it. Tell you don't put water on there. We circle it. You come back after 2 days, and we find out that place has swelled up, and we measure it. It's about 10 centimeters. Okay, that means you have been exposed to the disease. All right. The next thing that we do is we will say, give all your sputum. When you cough, give all the sputum. When you cough, you give all the sputum. We take that sputum, we ground stain it. We carry it into the laboratory and put it on the plate on the slide and dry it and put a ground stain on it. We will is to allocate the mycobacterium that causing tuberculosis. And we allocate that bacteria on our slide. We are sure that this person has the disease. All right. We continue to go. We ain't finished yet. We'll actually go do another test. We go back. The other test to do is to do a chest X-ray. We already done the PPD, a positive. The second thing we did a ground stain of your sputum is positive. The next one we're doing is your chest X-ray. Okay? When we do the chest X-ray, we find a positive chest film. All right? Now we know this person has the tuberculosis. All right? Now you have that tuberculosis. We know tuberculosis is not like just 1 minute you get it one time. No. All right? Where you got this tuberculosis, how you got this tuberculosis, who in your family. Because tuberculosis is transmitted mainly in the family setting. Okay? In the family setting. Somebody in the house may be having tuberculosis, but nobody in that area knows that this person had this cough or is a TB. Nobody will know that. Except somebody see him coughing up blood. The person say, oh, that man was coughing me, you're coughing blood. And somebody here that say, oh, you know what, when people got TB, they can cough up blood. But other than that, if nobody see that the man doesn't cough out, or nobody see him coughing out, they will not know. And As long the man's talking, the man sneezing, the man coughing, he passing on the disease. So as a result, those who living in our house, they inhale it. Especially like houses that we got back home. Sometimes we build a house, we got one window and we don't open the window up. When we need to live in a home where there's a ventilation. The window, we open the window up, so that we can have breeze passing through. When you sneeze and you got a common cold, you sneeze, the breeze blow it outside. That kind of thing. You see? So as a result, in short, you never see a stranger who got TB gave the TB to somebody. No. A stranger, you cannot get a TB from stranger. It is not just easy like that. Because you will have been exposed. This man will have been coughing in front of you. He will have been sneezing in front of you. He will have been talking in front of you for a long time. And each time he talk, he passed the bacteria to you. Each time he talk, he passed the bacteria to you. Each time he talk, he passed the bacteria to you. And at that rate, your body is not that strong because you don't have that much blood. That's why we say to people, eat balanced diet. Most of your food that you eat, it should be a food that contains iron that your body will use to make more blood for you. Because when you make more blood, your immune system becomes good. It means that your body is strong to resist most of the diseases that come around that we are confronted with when we go outside. We are confronted with bacterial infection on the outside. We are confronted with virus infection on the outside and all that. So that's why we need to eat balanced food to give us more advantage of making blood. So we have enough blood. When we have enough blood, I'm telling you, have enough blood. Cancer cells do not even live in enough blood because why? Cancer cells do not like what we call oxygen. And you got enough blood, it carries oxygen. When you have enough blood, it carries oxygen, it carries food, it carries water, and all that. And diseases do not need to have these things. These are resistant to disease. They like to find an environment that do not have these things. You are dehydrated, no water. All right? Some diseases like to they like to operate in that kind of environment. You are anemic. You don't have enough blood to carry air, food, and water. Some diseases like tuberculosis like the kind of environment like that to start functioning, to start operating. You see? So in those days, some days back, they didn't used to give people medicine for TB. You know what it used to do? They gave that person food that contain iron, especially potato green, leafy vegetable, because anything green that you eating, it had more iron content than any other mineral. It may have potassium, it may give you calcium, okay, but mainly the iron content in the green leafy vegetable is high. All right, and that will give your body a chance to make more blood cell, and the more blood cell you have, the better your immune system become. Okay, so that's what we advise people: eat most of the time leafy vegetable. Don't fry your food most of the time. Okay, boil your food and put little season it the way you want to do it, but don't overcook it. Because when you overcook it, you kill the source of mineral. You see that kind of thing? You kill the source of mineral. So we don't want it that way. That's why we ask you to eat green leafy vegetable. Okay? So we will come back and we will take a little break and come back. We will give you the test and compare to, we say, tuberculosis of the lungs and latent tuberculosis. There are two different things there. And beside that, we will give you the different area that tuberculosis can be, and what other disease that people can have, and that person will be vulnerable to developing, tuberculosis. Okay, we will come back and give you that. So
when they say ni matter development, ni maya see oh, ni maya see, yago ni maya see oh, ni maya see. We are warriors, conquerors, we never lose a battle. We are leaders, follow ni mao, want to go, follow ni mao, want to go. Why yo? Now I got the why yo? Lima, wage why yo? Now I got the why yo? Can't be man like cabo, why yo? Can't be man like cabo, why yo? Yago ni maya sio, ni maya sio. Yago ni maya sio, ni maya sio. Yago ni maya sio, yago ni maya sio, ni maya sio. Yago ni maya sio, ni maya sio. Ni makendela konyane kwela kopaka, konyane odokola, yago takosalala. Kamasi sinaga kanyina mekazo, yawo kagale kakani mekazo. Kazo, kazo, our education. Kazo, kazo, bringing water. Kazo, kazo, our road. Kazo, kazo, even our hospital. Kazo.
See it, right?
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So this is we talk about, like it said, we talk about latent tuberculosis. We want to compare that to a tuberculosis that can cause infection, that you can pass it on to somebody. That is the pulmonary tuberculosis. That's the kind of TB of the lungs. This is the place, this is the part of the body where TB most of the time affects, is the lung. And the lung is the place where we exchange air. All right, and that's why tuberculosis is transmitted through the air. So when you breathe up, when you cough, when you sneeze, you're passing this bacteria to other people. So that's where tuberculosis most of the time affect people. So if it affect you over here, and like we said, it affect you mainly from the family-based setting. You had to be infected. Somebody had to be infected in the house where you're living, and this person continue to talk to you from time to time, continue to sneeze in your face, continue to talk to you, continue to cough and all that. It will be for some time before you can develop the disease. And especially, what happens if your body is well built? You have enough blood. See, if you have enough blood, you have good protection. That means your immune system is good because you have enough blood to fight other diseases and to fight this tuberculosis disease or bacteria. So you develop it from the family background. Okay, so the main place tuberculosis affect is the lungs. That's what we call it pulmonary tuberculosis. Okay, some other places tuberculosis can affect will be the bone. Okay, some people who have what we call rheumatoid arthritis. When the person have a rheumatoid arthritis and they are treating them, most of the medicine that we use for rheumatoid arthritis in order to ease the pain and that is a medicine that contains steroid. And when you take in a medicine that got steroid, it decrease a fight against your immune system. It decrease your immune system. Even though it's doing you good, but on the other hand, it's doing you bad. It decrease your immune system at that rate. Somebody who has rheumatoid arthritis will likely, with just 5 seconds, get, tuberculosis because your immune system is down. Somebody who has diabetes, they easily get tuberculosis. Somebody who has cancer, they didn't have tuberculosis before they developed this cancer, but you take it, the person has cancer, and he on chemo, and chemo is a medicine they give for cancer, but chemo does not distinguish cancer cell from blood cell. You see, you live because you have blood, to maintain you to live. But here is a cancer medicine they're giving you chemo, and when they give you that chemo, the chemo kill the cancer cell and it kill the blood cell. So what happens if you do not have enough blood in the first place? Then the person get this cancer and they put chemo in them. That means you were already anemic before having cancer. Now they're going to give you what we call chemo. Once they start putting that chemo in you, it will kill the blood cell, it will destroy the blood cell, and it destroys the cancer cell. What happens if the cancer cell is too much? It's more than the blood cell that you're living on. So as a result, sometimes the person may not live. That person can get tuberculosis. Okay? And tuberculosis, and once that person get that tuberculosis, they may not even live. You see? These are conditions that people can have, and they are vulnerable to developing tuberculosis. Somebody who has cancer and taking chemo. Somebody who has rheumatoid arthritis and taking medicine that has steroid that decrease the immune system. Okay, somebody who is HIV, HIV already is an immune deficiency syndrome. It already beat down your immune system. That person also will be having 100% or 90% chance of developing what we call tuberculosis. You see, these are conditions that make the person vulnerable of developing tuberculosis. You see, in this country, because uh, 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 these things are all around. Many people, you know, many people live in a refugee camp. They attract latent tuberculosis, but because of their body defense, that tuberculosis never became active. All right. For instance, many people who came here during the resettlement program from the refugee camp, especially Bujumbura in Ghana, majority of our brothers and sisters came. They have already been exposed to tuberculosis. Many people who were already infected with the disease before the war broke up, and that person uh, came to Ghana and living on the refugee camp with the other friends, he will have passed the disease to many people. But though majority of the people that he passes disease to, majority of them may have a good body, may have enough blood, their immune system were good to combat the disease, so the disease stay in them without being active, and it went into a latent tuberculosis. So when they came here now, they want to go and do the job. First thing they ask you, okay, you're African, yeah, you came from outside the United States, yes. All right, what we'll do, let's do a PPD on you. We get that person mantle test, a PPD. After 48 hours, the mantle test is positive. It's over 10 centimeter. Then we say, well, your mantle test is positive. So let's go on. We ask you, we call you, behind closed door. We ask you, do you cough? No. Do you sweat too much? No. Okay. Have you noticed that you've been losing weight or anything like that? You know, these are questions that we want to know, because if you are losing weight, if you coughing, okay, and you have nice sweats, if you don't have any of those things, okay, fine. But we know that you are being exposed, or the fact that we give you mantle test and the mantle test is positive does not only mean that you're being exposed to the disease, because many of all who were born before the war, many of all that were born before April 12th, when we were born under a secure, regulated medical advice. You see, that means hospital were in tight. We have BCG, okay. We had the BCG, the bacilli grurum, cumulate. That is the kind of vaccine. That's the BCG that they gave us. They gave it to the baby at that time. When the baby is born, that first month they gave you that BCG. So if they gave you that BCG, you grow up. When we gave you the PPD, it will respond to that. That means we have already gave you the dead cell. I mean, the half-life dead cell of the bacteria that cause tuberculosis. That's what they call the BCG. They take that bacteria and make it weaker. When you are born, they give it to you. Then your body will use that bacteria as a defense. It take it as a defense. So, as you grow up, your amount any TB present, it is going to be a little bit difficult for you to develop the infection, because you are taking a vaccine against that infection. The BCG. That's what we gave in those days. But during the war and after the war, we cannot guarantee that anybody had a BCG, or anybody was giving. Majority of the children right now in the street that are demonstrating, we cannot guarantee that some of them, when they were born under a secure medical advice that they were giving a BCG. So those children are completely high risk. They are vulnerable. Many of them can be affected, and many of them can be exposed to the bacteria just easy like that, because they had never taken BCG. Okay, so When you get BCG, your PBD will be positive. If you have not gotten BCG, but you are being exposed to tuberculosis, when we gave you a PPD, it will be also positive. You see that? So when we do PPD, it's positive. We can't just guarantee. That's why we have to go 1 or 2 steps to find out whether the positivity of PPD is actually your exposure to tuberculosis. So we go on and do what we call interview. If you coughing, we want the sputum to do ground staining. If you are not coughing, we do chest X-ray and all that. Okay. Now, for few time now, when you work, when you many of that are working, who come from back home and were positive, we came up with positive PPD. When you come up with positive PPD, they can't do another more PPD on you. You do PPD one is positive, they cannot do it no more. The only thing they used to do now is to go and do chest X-ray. If they do the chest X-ray, they find out that the chest X-ray is clear. It does not show any any consolidation, any sky, anything like that, or any old sky on your lungs field. Then it means that this person only respond to the BCG they gave them when they were born. All right, but when we find out that this person respond to BCG, and then also respond to came positive to PPD, and their chest X-ray is clear, we do another test we call, quantiform type of test. That is the type that test, when we do it one time, and it will tell us that this person was exposed to the disease straight. Even if you had done what we call, if you are taking BCG, that test does not tell us say you are taking BCG. It will only tell us that you are being exposed to the disease. All right. And now when you are being exposed to the disease and you do not have any active form, then we know that you have a latent form of disease. We have a latent form of the disease which we call latent tuberculosis. So at this rate, at this time now, we do the quantiform test, and we find out that you have been exposed to the disease. It don't tell us that the disease you have been exposed to is active or is in latent form. Only because it's telling us that you are being exposed to it. Then we go back and ask you all these questions and you answer no. Then we come back and do chest X-ray is no, and then nothing else. And we ask you, have you taken any treatment for tuberculosis? Anyway, you said no. Now, when we look at this result for this quantiferon test that we do on you, and it tell us that you're being exposed to tuberculosis, and we ask you, have you taken any medicine before? You said no. In the hospital now, we will say, you know what? To protect you, if you have been exposed to this disease, we know that the disease is a latent one. But the latent one, we cannot guarantee that you're going to be correct all the time. You're going to be living all right. You're going to be safe all the time. No, it's not going to be. It's never going to be that way. So what we're going to do is to give you a treatment. Treatment from 6 to 9 months or so. We give you that treatment. After that treatment, you have taken it successfully. Then we can say, oh, okay, you got a latent disease. It's all right. Your body has been protected now. It is not easy for you to develop the disease to an active form. You see? But If you got a latent tuberculosis and you had never been treated, it is not a good one. It is better to take a treatment for 9 months, a preventive treatment for 9 months at least, so that you can counter protect yourself. You can't say, "Oh no, I don't have the disease, so what the need of me taking it?" No, you don't have the disease, but the need for you to do it is you need a preventive treatment to protect your body farther down the road. You can have a latent tuberculosis when you are young, but when you start getting old, your immune system start going down. You are not eating that much when you are getting old. The appetite, you are not doing exercise, and many food that you used to eat, you are not eating it no more. The next thing to do, you'll be losing weight, or the next thing, you become anemic, and that latent tuberculosis that you have from way back, it begin to be active. You see, you don't want to see an old person who has tuberculosis. That person may have developed latent tuberculosis, who may not have taken preventive measure, and then got old. When they got old, because of the stages of old age, you are not eating right. You get to be infected with the active tuberculosis, bacteria again. So that's why we do not want people who got latent tuberculosis and are not taking treatment. You got it, you are not taking treatment, you go to your doctor. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't have a number on the screen to call. We want to call to ask our question about it.
yeah.
We don't
I'll,
have the number on the screen. So is there any way you can put the number so we can call?
I'll put a number
Ask a
there.
question to ask.
Okay. All right. Thanks. So those are the things that we don't want. So our topic today was latent tuberculosis. We compared that latent tuberculosis with pulmonary tuberculosis, and we told you that tuberculosis is not only mainly is not confined to pulmonary, for the lungs, in the lungs. We can have tuberculosis or in most places in the body. You can have brain tuberculosis, you can have tuberculosis in the spine, you can have tuberculosis in the bone, and all that. All right, but the more preferable place that we are always seeing tuberculosis is the lung. That's why we're concentrating on tuberculosis of the lungs. Okay, so let me give you some number so that you can call us. You can call us if that's the number. If you have some question, call me on that number right now. And let's discuss this. Like I said to you, when you have latent tuberculosis and you have not had treatment before, it is better you would ask your doctor, "I have latent tuberculosis, but I have not had treatment. I want to take a preventive treatment." He would decide and give you a preventive treatment for a certain time. After that, you will be protected. Okay? And know that tuberculosis, you don't just get it from the stranger. It is not easy to get tuberculosis from stranger. Tuberculosis, you can get it from the family-based setting where somebody in that family had tuberculosis and nobody know, and he been passing it to you. You pass the bacteria to people, the infection to people through the air. That means when you speak, you pass it on. When you sneeze, you pass it on. When you cough, you pass it on. And you got to do that for many times in order for these people. And the bottom line is always eat balanced food to have more blood. You see, many people there, "Oh, I got low blood." You getting low blood is not a good sign. It's not a good thing for you. You are vulnerable to develop any infection. Blood is the protection for the body against any disease. Any disease. So when we eat, we don't eat any food just because we want to eat it. We eat food that will give us more blood. We should think about that. Okay? So if you have, the number is at the bottom of the screen down there. If you have some question you want to ask me, try call that number. Try call that number, because I'm going to give you some education also on on our countryside, on some other thing that we are confronting as Liberians who are living in the United States. Liberians who are living in the United States, especially those of us who have become citizens mainly to protect and to help our country. But that understanding is not there. It's not the understanding of our brother and sister back home. So things that they are doing is not correct. At least we use this platform for education to explain to you some of the things that we see going back on home. At least you are exposed to our platform. You can listen to our platform. While I'm saying you can listen to us. So yeah,
Yeah, hello. When I came to the States, I got a question, right?
yeah,
When I came to the States, we did I did physical. And the physical they did a test on our hands. And that test, we had somebody in the group that the test they did, it turned out to be red and it got big like a little ball in the
yeah.
hand. And I think they went back and they said the person had, I don't know, they had a symptom or something, and that knot is still on the girl's hands. It never went down, it just stayed there, and they said she was okay. So I was calling to find out, do you think that was something that she was having that was serious? Was it a serious tuberculosis she had?
Well, the thing is that when she came, they gave her what we call PPD. That was a PPD they gave her. They gave her that PPD to find out whether or not she had been exposed to tuberculosis or she had what we call a vaccine, a TB vaccine when she was born. Okay? So, but then it became positive because it was red and the knot was bigger than 10 centimeter. So when it was red at that time, we believe that the doctor may have asked her whether or not she coughing, whether or not she had night sweat, whether or not she losing weight. These questions. If she answered to any of those yes or not, they would have done what we call X-ray, chest X-ray. She did a chest X-ray and they found out that there were no scar found on that chest X-ray film. It means that either she had been exposed to TB from the refugee camp, or she would have been given a BCG vaccine when she was born. That's why that PPD was positive on her arm.
Oh, okay. So it's nothing serious, right? It's not she got because she did it and she's well right now. Everything's okay. She don't look sick or anything, but that's just the initial stage when we came and she did the test.
Yeah, but the only thing.
She did X-ray. They sent her for X-ray.
Okay.
And all of that. Yeah, and they said she was okay.
Okay, they said she was okay. The next step they need to do for that girl is what we call the quantiferon test. They need to send her for a quantiferon test in the lab. They will take certain vial, 2 to 3 or 4 vial of blood from her, and they will want to do the quantiferon test to see whether she was actually exposed to the disease. And if she was exposed to the disease and she had not taken any treatment, then she need to do ask her doctor, okay, saying I have been exposed to this, I need a treatment. Because if she doesn't, she just thinks, oh yeah, all right. Down the road, she's still vulnerable. She can be exposed, and then the disease can become active. Right now, they will consider her to be having what we call latent tuberculosis.
Oh, okay. Well, she never went further, but according to her, she said everything was okay, and I think so far I see her. She says it's okay. That was it. So I just wanted to check on her. Thank you very much.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to call us and let us know. You see the phone number there. call the phone number at the bottom 267-581-6177. That's my phone number right there. So we can see if you got a question concerning latent tuberculosis, pulmonary tuberculosis, and anything like that. So we can talk about it and clarify it right now. Okay? If we can't clarify it, and we'll let you know your question is cannot be answered. We will do a research when we come back on Friday and then give you. But let us know what your question is, and then we will see whether we can give you the answer. But we believe when you ask a question about tuberculosis, we will be able to give you some answer today. Okay? This is what we have been talking about. On Monday, we came up just few minutes and then gave you what we call, and we talk on testosterone. This is the male hormones. Testosterone is the male hormone, which when you become deficient, when the secretion of hormone testosterone, when the production of hormone testosterone is decreased in the body, the man activity become little bit decreased. Sexually, you don't your erection completely go down. It only come once in a blue moon. So that's not the right thing to do. you know. So when testosterone is down, it's not the right thing, especially in a bear. You see, that's not old age. Old age. We know when you are old, all these things happen. But like we said, the bottom line is your body is like a car. The car you drive, you got to maintain that car. All right, you got to change your oil. So you can't just say the car is new and you start driving it without maintaining it. It won't last long. So the same thing with the body. Its testosterone is going down. You got to do something. You got to start eating food or doing some exercise that will increase the production of testosterone in order to maintain your manhood. If you don't do it, okay, don't say that your business. There nothing happen to the body that you cannot treat. You can treat everything that happen to the body. The only problem is the education. If we are not educated to the treatment, we don't know. If we don't know, we think there are no treatment. No, there's always a treatment. We talk on that on Monday. Today, we talk on latent tuberculosis. We'll compare that with pulmonary tuberculosis and tell you some of the places that tuberculosis can affect people, and tell you people who have different conditions that are vulnerable of developing pulmonary tuberculosis, and we tell you when to take a preventive tuberculosis treatment. We have talked about that all this morning. Okay, so anytime during my discussion you want to you want to ask me, you will ask me. But let's go one step into what I was telling you about our country. So, as I can see, in my hand, you can see this paper right here. This paper is the Constitution of of Liberia. This Constitution was put together, was revised July the 3rd, and came to full swing. Okay, it came to full swing January the 6th, 1986. This is the Constitution that we got in Liberia. This is the law that we got in Liberia. This is the law right here. Okay, you see my hand right here. This is the law. That's what we got in Liberia. And in this law book, Article 3, yeah. Hello? Hello? Okay. If they want to ask question, they will come call back. In this law book, Article 3 of our Constitution, it said to us that, if I can read it to you, it said to us, this is Chapter 1, Article 3 of the Constitution of Liberia. It says, Liberia is a unitary sovereign state and divided into county just for administrative reasons. And the form of government we got in Liberia is Republican. Did anybody hear Democrat in that statement? Did anybody hear that Liberia is a democratic sovereign state? State means nation. Did anybody hear that Liberia is a Republican state? Did anybody hear that Liberian is a democratic state? The Constitution said Liberia is a unitary. Unit. One what? One what? One person. One party. So in that way, Liberia governed by one party. What do we used to see? We used to see the two-way party. And the president, the standard bearer of the party, is the head of the country. Whatsoever he wants to do, that's what he does. This man is over the legislature. This man is over the judiciary. One party unitary state is the problem that we have been having from Liberia from time to time. We just went there, everybody talking about, oh, our democratic nation, our this, infringe our this and that. You can say any of those things they put down here. But it clearly, your own constitution, you got to go by it. Your constitution clearly defines what your country is. What kind of leadership that you are under right now in Liberia. That's what your constitution defines. Go by your constitution. Because if you don't go by that, then you are violating your constitution. Your constitution says Liberia is a unitary state, one party state. What party right now in power? CDC. Who is the head of that CDC? Upon where? He's the one that gave order to the legislature. Okay? A upon where say, y'all do this, all those things the people talking, oh, we can't do that, we can't do this. He can go there with brown envelope and tell them, say, I want you to do it. They will sign the paper they did it. What happened to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? When Metal Steel came to operate or to mine the iron ore in Nima, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had previously said, any iron ore or any company coming to mine any mineral in Liberia, that particular company will be able to build or a factory, build or a clinic, a school in that area that they will be mining that mineral. We do not want to have company coming to Liberia to mine mineral and leave it just like we had it in Bummy Hill. Now we call Bummy Hole. We don't want it that way no more. This is what Ellen Johnson Sirleaf said to us. February the 27th, 1997. In Georgetown University, D.C., United States of America. All right? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf became president. Here, Metal Steel come to mine the iron ore in Nima. But did Metal Steel build a factory? No. Did Metal Steel build a clinic? No. Did they build a school? No. Did they build a road? No. What did they do? They brought a gift of 8 pickups and gave it to the leadership of Nima County, the senator and the representative. They gave them pickup. The balance that was money to sign them, to allow them to mine the iron ore, They put it in the envelope. Ellen Johnson Sally put it in the envelope, carried it to to the Capitol building, and our legislature signed. They took the brown envelope. Then they signed the paper for Mental Steel to start mining the iron ore. Okay? When I went over there 2008, the NEMA students were all angry. Why Mental Steel is mining iron ore and nothing is done for NEMA? You see that? These are the things that we talk about. Unitary government does not like education. Education is a challenge to unitary government. All right? Now look at what they are saying. The legislature had nothing else to say to talk about it. None of those people talking about unitary government. Even the opposition do not talk about unitary government. Because these people, every one of them knows very well, when they become president in this country, as a unitary government, as the president, they are going to have the same chance to take as how much they want to take. They're going to have the same chance to put their family, friends into power. The same way Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did, the same way Will R. Talbot did, the same way Openwea is doing. Put friend in government, put family member in government, Ellen put family member in government, and William R. Talbot put family member in government. All these, the same nepotistic, it went just from one place to the next, one place to the next. So what are you going to say that we should have? We do not have the change that we wanted after April 12th. That's not the change we wanted. That change had not come yet. The change was to get away from unitary government administration. We do not want that unitary government. All right? We don't want it. Unitary government, you see the counties? Look at the counties. Look at the counties. You got some county had 2,000 or let's say 20,000. Some people had 30,000. Some people had 15,000. But those people cannot elect their own leadership. And we call ourselves a democratic nation. Then you calling a democratic nation. Instead of you looking at the unitary government. Unitary government. Instructions should come from one place. Whatsoever that man decide in a bedroom, I want the country to be this way. That's what he's going to do. That's exactly what he's going to do. So, it's not going to be the right thing to do. This is not the right thing to do. I'm going to take a little break here. All right? I'm going to take a little break here. I will come back and I will talk on what the people talking about dual citizenship, my people. I want you to understand this. Listening in the diaspora and my audience, we will discuss it. You have any question, you will call me and we'll talk about it, okay? All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We are back on. We are back. We were discussing. Some of the things we were discussing was this government something. They are saying that those are all who in the United States people. I want you to understand this thing, though. I want you guys to understand this. So we know this platform for education. We can educate you on things that we understand, and we can let you know. Some people will want to ask questions. They are saying that the lawmaker in Liberia are saying that those are all who in the United States, especially, and all over Canada, Australia, on the seventh continent. We went out from Liberia and become citizens to this country. All right, they do not even know why we became citizens to this country. They just think say we became citizens and we have denounced our country, Liberia. We don't want to be a citizen for Liberia. That's what they say. So they made a law and say that y'all who became citizen for other country, when y'all come here, y'all cannot hold no position in the developing of this country. You can't hold position to be in government. You can't be managing director. You can't be deputy managing director. You can't be deputy minister. You can't be minister. You can't be vice president. You can't be president. Even though the Constitution said that we who are born native of this country before the Constitution came to being, we are still considered Liberian. We can enjoy the will and pleasure of this country, and we can pursue happiness. If we want to join the country, we want to join the government in the development process, that pursuing of happiness. But the legislature or the lawmaker of Liberia right now wrote a law that when it passed, it will stop everybody from making us to take part in the government. We can't take part in the government. We can't leave from America, Liberia, Canada, or anywhere and go and say, look, I want to be managing director for this place. I think when I do it, I will do this. This is what I want to do. I can't even say I want to work in the Ministry of Health and Welfare, because I have an idea how we should do, how the Ministry of Health and Welfare should start operating. I have a clean and better idea how we can make the rural area livable, how we can make the people in the rural area to be depending on themselves. Okay, I have a clean idea, but I have to be in government in order to bring this idea, for this idea to work. Okay, I have people, company in America that I'm familiar with, that I'm in contact with. I can go to Liberia and join the government and come back here and go to that company and say and tell them I'm a minister of or deputy minister for health and welfare in Liberia. I came to you. I want certain amount of drug to be sent here. We can pay you this and pay you that. I know that. I have that contact with the people. But the law that the people back home make, it will not allow me to help my people this way. It will not allow me. They say I can't be deputy minister. They say I can't be managing director. They say I can't be minister. I can't even be vice president. I can't be senator. I can't be even representative. I can't be any elected member of the government. I can't even be appointed. That's the law that the people make right now. Mind you, the first president of this country is who? Was who? Joseph Jenga Rawa. Joseph Jenga Rawa was born where? Was he born in Louva County? He was from America. Majority of the people who are still making this law, they hold American passport foreign passport. They're sitting right there. They hold that passport. Look at even Oponwia. Oponwia is the president. But you think he does not hold a foreign passport right now? You think so? But yet and still, they can go together and make this law to prevent us from contributing to our people. We did not become citizens for this country so that we can denounce or we can break away from our country. No. Just like other ethnic groups that have come to this America, they became citizens to take part in the government, to be able to vote for the people here, so that when things are going wrong in their country, if they need any development in their country, they will go to Washington, D.C. and talk to their representative and say, look, I voted for you. This thing happening to my country. I want us to help my country. Give all this thing. My country leadership will come. I will help you. Please help us give all this thing. This is the same more way we all did. We all joined the government and became citizens to help our country. To do things, to learn to carry the good thing, the same way we are enjoying the good government here. If we carry the same government we are enjoying here back home, everybody will want to go back home and have retirement, a nice retirement. You can go back home and have a nice retirement. If something go wrong with you, you go right to JFK and get your treatment. You get your dialysis, you get your high blood pressure medicine, okay? You get your rheumatism medicine, and come right back. We can do the delivery. We can do cardiac heart plan. We can do kidney plan. We can do liver plan. Everything. There are Liberians in the United States that are capable, are all in top shape, that can go back and make JFK a place of attention for, of West Africa. If we go back with what we know right here and put it to JFK, people will come from Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Ghana. They will come to Liberia because of the contact we got here in medicine. But you think they can do that? The only way we function except we take part in the government. But the lawmakers say we cannot take part in the government no more. Whatsoever we learn it for ourselves. They don't want us to go back to help anything. They don't want us to take part in the government no more. But notwithstanding, the government they are operating, they call it unitary, one party. And the policy for that government is keep these people poor. Keep them poor and illiterate. When they are poor, they are not going to school. We're able to control them. When the man hungry, can he go on the street to say he's going to demonstrate? If the man doesn't know anything, he can't read and write. He doesn't know what belongs to him. Can he demonstrate? No. But keep them poor and illiterate to control them. That Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Keep the people poor and illiterate to control them. She is the head of the unitary government. They're not Democratic. They just put the Democratic there to fool you, to be able to say, oh, and you elect me, and you elect me. That's it. That's why they put that there. Put that there. So that when the people elect us, when we get there, unitary action will take place. That's the unitary action that's going on. Whatsoever Opon said, that one will go on. Whatsoever Ellen Johnson said, that one went on. Whatsoever William Lrtn said, that one went on. Today, when Opon is not there, anybody else go there from the opposition, they are not going to say, they are not going to tell us, say, you know what, we want our county to elect their own superintendent. And you do it that way, you decentralize the government. That's very good. It will help the democratic process. But as it is now, democratic process doesn't exist. It's not even known. It just people can just say election. The international community say, oh, election. That's what they think. Oh, they send a high election that the democratic. No. Electing people is not the only form of democratic. Look at the rule of order, the rule of law. Look at the law. The president break it anytime. Nobody can sanction this president. Any president in Liberia, nobody can sanction them and say, look, we want you to come and tell us why you did this. Nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. All right? When Milton Weeks went to testify in front of the legislature, what did he say? All right? The $10.5 billion that I was supposed to print it, the president asked me to print it. Did they question, did the legislature ask or sanction the president? Nobody would do it. The president of the unitary government is about the law. This is what we want you to understand. But here we are sitting here. We got ULA is the largest Liberian organization in the United States. I wonder what had they said about this unitarist nation? What had they said about the administration of unitary government? What has ULA done? Now here is the legislature sponsoring a bill, writing a bill that's going to obstruct every one of us. Mind you, Charles Taylor, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Mira Brew, Vani Sharma, they were once upon a time, all these people, member of ULA. People who were member of ULA, any government by whom they will go and become minister and this and that, right? But right now, what is happening? The bill say you are citizen of the United States, you come by here, we don't want you to take part in government. You can't be member of the government. You see today? Everything turned around. They don't want us to be member. No matter what we learn, we cannot go back and help the country in government. We cannot do that. The good thing we learn, we cannot do that. We got the country at heart. We cannot even exercise our right to give back to the country. We can't do it. Because that's what the legislature said today. Even though many of them hold American passport right now. But they can make that law to stop us from becoming minister, managing director, deputy managing director, or deputy minister for a particular agency in Liberia. We cannot take part in government. We can go there and just sit down. Even we see the government going down with the same unitary program, they're going, we know that the unitary government, who in the government is a minister, had not broken the law. What did they do to them? You are a minister for a unitary government in Liberia, you steal money from their ministry, they take you from there and put you in the other ministry. That's what they do. All right? They don't care because they know everybody doing the same thing. Can you go and accuse or prosecute Samia Tue for mismanaging or plotting the $25 million into a wrong place instead of putting it into the banking state system, but carrying it and he said put it to people in Waterside, New Cruton and give it to people? Today, nobody can find it here and there. $25 million. Who will hold him responsible? Nobody. This is a unitary government. And as long as Samia Tue is a right-hand man of the chief, the most supreme decision-making person in the government, who is the president, nobody can touch Samia Tue. Whosoever is a right-hand man for Opon or for Wia, nobody can touch him. Because he is the head of the unitary government. And that's how the unitary government works. He got the decision-making power. Whatsoever power he said that what he want to do, whatsoever he want, that what will happen. You think that we are here, our people by whom, are they free? They are not free. They are still under this slavery. Right now, they play hard. They play. What are we doing about it? All right? What are we doing about it? Over we can build, or he can take the money and build houses or himself and put his name on it. What did we say? Nobody is going to ask him because he about the law. The law that we got, this law that we're talking about right now, the law only affect the poor man in Liberia. If you are a poor man, you're supposed to be illiterate and you're supposed to be poor so that they can control you. All right? The law can only hold you responsible, but the law cannot hold a rich man responsible. The rich men are raping girls, even killing some of them. Does the law hold them? No, the law does not hold the people because they are rich and they are government official. Some of them are government official. You can't do anything to them because what law going to hold them? What law? The law is for the poor man. It's not for you. It's not for the rich man. That's what happened in Liberia. So we want you guys to know about this thing. Okay? We want you guys to know this is the law that the lawmakers are making right now in Liberia. All of you who are in foreign land have become citizens of those places that you're living. When y'all come down here, nobody can take part in our government. Even you got good idea, we don't want it. We don't want it. You will not be. You can't be managing director. You can't even be appointed in government. We don't want it. That's the law we're passing. You see that? That's the law they're passing. And they forget to know that Liberia is a child of America. America made Liberia for America. How dare you to say we can come to America and get educated, but we can't go back and improve the place? Because what is our learning? What is the point of coming here to learn? What is the point? We come here to learn and go back and give it to the disadvantaged brothers and sisters we left behind so that what we learn, it can improve their living standard. Can we do that? Yes, we're supposed to do that. But here is a law setting people in the House of Legislature sit down and say, let's block everybody that go out who are foreign, who holding foreign passport. Let's block them. And we'll be in power for life. You see what they're doing? That's the law. What has EULA done? EULA is the biggest and the only known, is expected to be known as the largest Liberian organization in the United States that speak on behalf of the Liberian. What is the leadership of EULA doing concerning this bill? What are they doing concerning this bill? Are they seeking opinion from the Liberian in the United States in order to come up with a strong statement of the Liberian in the United States to the Liberian government right now? Mind you, majority of the remittance that we send to Liberia, the money that we send to Liberia, that's what the remittance is. The money we send to Liberia, especially from America, is half the budget of the Liberian government. You see that? The money we send to our people now, half of it is what they use. The government used by whom? All right? But we who sending them money, they say we cannot take part in the government. You see that? They don't want the money from us now. But we cannot take part in the government. But half of the remittance, half of their budget is from our remittance. It's from what we send. If we don't send it, that budget can't pass. Because they need that money to run our government. What kind of government? Unitary government. I want you people to understand this. Our problem today political problem in that Liberia is that unitary government. We need to have representative, democratic, republican form of government where our superintendent will be elected in those counties. If the man is a crew man, he in a Grand Crew or Sarno County, let him be elected as the superintendent. He knows the development. When the budget passed, the county development fund will not go to representative pocket. Why do we give county development fund to representative? Why do we do that? It doesn't reach to the people in the county. As a result, the county are not developed. They pass the budget, county development fund, they take it and put it into representative pocket. They say, oh, you representative for Sano, we'll give you the development fund. That man doesn't go to Sino. How many times? Many of them sitting now in Monrovia do not even go back to the county to meet their constituent. They don't even do it. They don't even do it. How then can you get the people development fund, the people elementary school building fund, the people clinic building fund, the people well digging fund, the people pay latrine digging fund? You take it and give it to a representative, The next minute he's right here in Liberia, in America, okay, and buy what he want to buy and go right back. Who would tell you? Who would tell you anything? You see the kind of way the unitary government function? Y'all see how the unitary government function? That's how the people function. What kind of country do we have? Do you think Liberia running under a unitary government in this way, we're going to have change? Change is one thing many people in this world do not like. Change. America fought to get change. But you think a country of 4 million people, can we get a change? Majority of the 4 million people cannot read and write. They can't read and write. When they say election, the very people that beat them, kill them, that the same people that go elect them. Because they can't, they don't know, they don't understand. They don't do it. They don't understand. Education is the key. And for this kind of, for the country to continue running this way, the few people who want the country to continue running this way, they will continue to maintain the unitary government in power. Keep them poor and illiterate to control them. Like continue to keep them poor. This is the message that I want to give you. Article 3 of your constitution is right there. The constitution was approved July the 3rd, 1984. And it came to full swing January the 6th, 1986. This is the constitution. It has not been revised yet. This whole constitution, we need to revisit this whole constitution and change the form of government that we have, the system of government that we have in Liberia. Other than that, we are not going anywhere. Anybody come under that umbrella will do the same thing that the other friend had done before. Over and over and over again. That umbrella need to be removed. That unitary government need to be removed. Let's put in place a government that everybody can take part in. If the people in the county can vote for their superintendent, they can go to the superintendent and say, look, we want clinic in this village. They are taking part in their government. But they can't go to any superintendent in the county and say, we want this. That's not what the president said to that superintendent, because the president he appointed that man. That man is supposed to only listen to the president. He don't listen to the people in the county. He doesn't do that. That man doesn't listen to the people in the county. He listens to the people he listens to only the president. because that's what the president said he there for. But if we elect our own people in the country, they will listen to all, and we will take part in the government. We will take part in the government. We will not be confronted with what they're doing in Monrovia because we got our own president, our governor. Just like we have our governor in the various states. We elect our governor. We elect our local state senator, our local mayor. We elected them. That's what make this country to run smooth. But you look at what we got in Liberia. And Open say, Open we does not tell somebody say, you go to Sano County and build clinic and build a hospital over there. It will not be done. Nobody there can make a decision. The decision got to come from Open we are. Is that the kind of, why did we come to learn? Why did we come to school and learn the good thing? We can't go back and give it to our people. They sit there and stop us, but we sit here and looking at them stopping us. We didn't say nothing. Eula is here. Eula is here. Those of you who know Eula, you can call Eula and ask them. You can call them and ask them. You can call them and ask them. You can call Eula and ask them. For today, we stop here. On Friday, we'll be back with platform for education. Until then, this is Demas Kakula Pay for the Liberian Radio and Television Network, Pennsylvania, United States of America. Goodbye for now.
Disconnect.
you know, and you get that one. You use it in the garage. It charges a lot of battery.
You see, don't get all the things that to sending is the problem.
No, but you see that nobody can. Who is sending things back home? And that those guys say they can't. They don't want to send anything back home. It's hard. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so everybody's afraid of the high tariff at the people.
That's the problem.
The bureaucracy have increased. So I can see all the small things. So they're here now.
So what the children doing? Did they go to school or what?
No, the children are in school, yeah.
So they are not, the government not paying the children, the people school, the teacher?
Well, according to the government, out of 2000, is it 2000?
When they did that? Now what we know, because they would just say anything like that. Any news media right now in Nigeria, all the news media in Nigeria right now, we don't take anything they say right now because all those people are bought.
She has paid close to 1,000 plus instructors and just been level with like 200 plus and the 200 plus. The salaries are already ready to hit the account. Obviously, you don't trust that information from the angle of the government because that's the usual things when they say we are doing this and that. There's different things attached to it.